should be live. Should be able to view it, although overhead camera is doing now. Overhead camera. Please come back. Uh-oh. I need to change the edit that name, right? The name needs to be Kinamasker fixing production managers. Fixing Lenovo yoga. Repair service center returned. Streaming software public. Okay, science and technology, thumbnail, everything is fine. Playlist goes into deep dive. Done. Anybody watching the stream already? Acha, how about I change this camera now? Yes, now this I'm on this camera. Okay. Are you coming over here? Okay, right. Can you hear the audio? If the audio is okay. Yeah. Listen to it with headphone or something. If anybody is in the chat, please let me know in the chat that if the audio is working properly, or rather if the stream is okay in every other aspect. You can view the stream. I will like be a little bit decoherent in my sentence formation right now. First of all, because I have had too much coffee, and second of all, I am basically going through a lot of stuff and setting things up. It has been a little bit messed up, and then I'm setting things back in. So please give me like 5 to 10 minutes and let me sort things out, and then I will go and establish what I'm working on today. um, uh, Meanwhile, please settle down. If you have any questions, if you like want to ask like what is it all about, please go ahead and ask. And yeah, I'll go through the questions the moment I'm done setting this thing up. Should not take more than 5 minutes. I'm setting up the stream. This is talking about something about Raspberry Pi and all, but that needs to be changed. I'm doing a board repair today. Any of the following describe your content: make a real person appear. Didn't know. I'm not doing any AI thing. Okay. Automatic chapters. It's not single board computer. This one is today is a board repair. I have no idea why can't I remove this one. Okay, let it be. Board repair.
It's a grainy noise.
Grainy noise. GGG noise. Is that because I'm speaking too softly? Can you go and hear once more? I'll turn off the noise cancellation, and that should ideally board repair Lenovo yoga power circuit, and I don't know, short circuit motherboard repair, main board repair, soldering, hot air don't know, whatever. So these are the tags that I'm talking about. I'm setting the video up. I wish YouTube had a better way to set these things up. The interface is not at all good. Okay, I'm saving this. This should reflect in the screen, like on your, if you refresh the page, you should see new title and thumbnail and stuff. Not thumbnail, thumbnail should be the same, the title should be different. Now, okay, so what are you on about today? This is a laptop that came back from service center. This is a Lenovo Yoga. So I will have to open it up, and so where's my mobile? This laptop was failing, it was not working. It gave up, and the challenge we were facing, I'll show you what we were facing the challenge with. uh, Where's the power circuit? I'll need the power brick, give me a sec, I'll call up. The problem was, if we connect the power circuit, it was blinking the LED, the power LED. I'll switch the view. Yeah, so if we connected the power LED was blinking red, or sorry, static red. So we were like, what is happening? And it was, the system is not posting, it was not even going, it's not going to the BIOS, it was not even posting. So this is my wife's laptop, the production manager, right? So she was a little bit concerned about, hey, what is going on? How about this? Yeah. So she was a little concerned about what is going on, and so I took the laptop in. I did not want to mess with it. Voice is loud enough, but still there is a, okay. You need to come over here and help me with the power brick. I need the laptop's power brick in order to show that the the indicator LED essentially. Sorry. Um, so I understood that it was related to power because it was not even posting, but I did not want to be the first one to go in and do something about it. I just took the SSD out. I didn't want to lose the data, and then we went to the service center. The service center gave a long list of, like, we need to do this, and this will be the process. It seemed long-winded, so we kind of came back to decide like what we want to do, and then we decided that we will try to go in and see exactly how big the problem is and whether it's worth giving it to the service center. So I went in and I figured out, like, probing with my multimeter that I found. Give me a moment, I will show what I mean. um, so oh, sorry, my bad. So if you can see this, I'll remove my face camera. So if you can see here, this is the opened motherboard. Uh-oh. Something is off with the camera. Give me a moment. When the camera comes back. So anyways, meanwhile, so the glimpse that you saw of that motherboard, I took a took my multimeter and went in probing and found out what the issue was um, with the motherboard, and found that there were lots of capacitors that shorted out. So basically there was like a cascade of failure. Multiple power stages failed together, like, and because of that the system cannot even uh, go and tell you that, okay, I'm facing an issue. It's not even in that state that it can go and tell you that I'm facing an issue. It's just basically signaling the power good signal. Power good is going so power good is usually like, if it is uh, high, nothing happens. If it goes low, then something is wrong. So basically that was happening. So power good was not good, and that was blinking the indicator, that is red indicator. So I took that, then I was like, this is multiple stage failure, I should not probably try and attempt to fix it, it's better to give it to the service center. So we went back in and then gave it to the service center. I tried to help them with like, hey, this is what the issue seems to be, I found out, uh, do you guys wanna like take a look? They're like, no, 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 we got this, we know what we are doing, we'll fix it up. uh, yeah. So then they took it. It took like almost 2 weeks, and after 2 weeks they were like, no, so after a week and so something, they were like, no, we can't fix it, we need to swap the entire motherboard, entire main board has to be swapped. And then they were like, okay, fine, we will go ahead and we can attempt a power rail fixing, but we cannot guarantee anything, and whatever we do, it will cost you some money, and success is not guaranteed. At that point we were like, in that case, we will take it back, we will get the device and we will try and attempt it ourselves. So that's where we are at now. I did not get I was working on a video, so I did not get enough time to work on this. This is early December, early to mid December. So finally I got some time to work on this. So with that said, let's now go through the let's open up the board and then go through the step by step. I need a 6x. Okay, this should do it. I need something to keep this on. So thing is, I'm attempting this fix, but the fix, I don't know whether the fix is I'll be able to fix it, and it's giving it a try, because otherwise this is done for anyways, like uh, what is dead may never die kind of situation. So this is very problematic to open a screw while making it appear on camera. I'm sorry, not accustomed to this. So basically I am trying to bring up a dead body. Success is not guaranteed, and that's a professional statement. The official service center in Kolkata, Lenovo service center, that's what they're that's what they said. So whatever I am able to do, that would be like net positive. My goal is to, even if I cannot bring up the board like with everything, all the subsystem setup, I want to at least go up to the power rails and make the power rails be power good. So if that is the case, I consider it a success, because there are way too many power subsystem failures, if I'm not mistaken. And if the CPU power rails are like the closely soldered power rails are gone, then I don't have the equipment here to go after it. um, I'm not very well equipped here to even go after this thing anyway, but I'm gonna attempt it anyway. Let's see how far we can go. Yeah, I'm kind of wedging the sides. Sorry, if you did not see, I'm wedging the sides and going through the okay, how about I keep it this side? Yeah, going through the clips, popping the clips. a little bit difficult though. I need a guitar pick. Okay, no, never mind. I got this. This screw needs further convincing. Right, so the voice is loud enough, but there is still background noise. Is that background? Give me a moment. I need to shout. Myself back in. Right. I hope I'm unmuted again. I can see that my voice is at minus 30 dB. I think I should. That's the reason I think. What? You keep it. I might need it later. When I need it, I will ask. Can you so I need to connect it here. I don't think there's a space over here, so you might need to connect from the other side, if possible, and then or use any kind of like extension cord and use the inside the thing or convert it also. You can use that thing and put it here. I just want to, before I start, I just want to show, like, I haven't done anything. I just want to show that the board by default the power good is off, like basically the starting condition before situation. That's what I need to show up front. So that's why, let's hold it here. Where is the this side should be the power, right? I should be able to hold it up like this and show the light. Cool. Okay, I'll do that. Let's wait here and let me take a sip of the coffee. Right.
Can I hold that? Can you hold this?
I'm holding it.
See if it goes.
It goes. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Stable? Okay,
Stable.
fine. I was thinking of something else though. So my audio, this thing is at minus 30, minus 25. I think that's probably the reason why. So basically, the for some reason this mic level is really low. I need to increase it. Can you?
I have to go back and see. Are you doing it? Are you making any changes?
Before that, I'll probably go over here and listen to my own stream and see if that is there. That probably would be best option for me. Anybody watching the stream? No, nobody's watching the stream. That's fine. If anybody's watching the VOD, sorry guys, just give me a moment. Just be a moment. YouTube Breakerspace Live. Okay. Okay, the audio is really low. Yes. Okay, so what I need to do here is I think if I increase it from here, this should go up, right? Hello, 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 hello. This should be at least it is probably 5 to 6 dB higher. It is higher now. Okay, I can hear it. So the noise is gone as well.
Gone? Okay, good. Yeah,
Like
that
this is
was
very
very.
very like nobody feels like that. I don't feel like there is a
Yeah,
noise.
previously
The
there was.
reason was, the reason for that noise was because the sound was so low, it needed to amplify it up to make it up to the speed, and because of that it was like the background noise was also getting amplified. This is one of the common mistake that people make, that if the isolation between background noise and the signal needs to be higher.
Some
Okay,
notification coming there through border.
so whenever the, like, it has to focus close up, it's going down. Is it hot? Yeah, it's quite hot actually. Yikes.
Should you switch on the AC?
mm, yeah, I think so. Okay, let me switch on the AC.
Is that switch on?
I don't know. Yeah, but this is off. I don't know, something. We'll have to figure it out after. The display is back on. I'll just avoid connecting it too close, as in bringing it up too close. If you can see, there's a there's an orange light up here. Can you see? Okay, like this. Yeah. So there's an orange light up here. This is not the cable, this is an orange light. If I pull it out, that light will go. See this? Yeah, that light is gone. Again, when I'm connecting back in, this light is back on. So this is the LED that is powering that power good LED. I'll try to hold it like this, but yeah. So this is that LED, that orange LED, that is the power good LED, blinking orange, denoting power is not good. All right, now that we have established that, let's open up the power. You can remove it for the time being. It will not be required until unless we are done with the thing. So thank you for this. And I need something to keep my stuff over here, like a tool or something. Stool. Right. Coolio. Now that we have this, if anybody is joining later on and trying to figure out what's going on, I think I should go and explain this as a text box up here. Can I add a text box? Okay, text layer, it is there. Oh, the title should already be explaining what I'm going on about, right? It's not an issue. I don't care. This is fine. Now I need to open up more screws to basically remove the battery. Thank you. All right. So next up, we'll need to remove the batteries first, and then we will have to go into the motherboard. So as you can see, after we take the cover off, here's the battery. This is the battery connector, and the entire motherboard is basically this thin slice, and it is covered with this isolating sheets. We'll have to remove that. So let's go in one step at a time. First off, the screw heads we were using so far were different type. There were 6 head screws. Now we need to go back and change that. Now I need a star, like the Phillips head screws, and have to go in and take the battery screws out. um, I will have to focus on the uh, as an actual board, and might not be always able to see if that it is visible or not. I apologize for that before, before, because it's hard to keep a track on the like this. I have to turn off my face cam in order for anybody to see this, right? All right. All right. There's a speaker magnet very close to it. This screw is really hard to open, but even harder to put back on. Okay. All right. So are we missing any screws? Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's all there is to it. So I'm gonna open the battery connector, and that should release our battery. The battery comes out. We're gonna have to put it aside. Now, keeping the battery aside, I'll go back and so should I keep the face camera off for the time being?
Yeah.
Because
Unless
it
you're
will actually
explaining something.
it is actually giving me a better view of that as well. So if I want to like turn this into a video or something, I can use this entire thing without any much of a challenge. Do you want to have, you can sit.
It's okay. I'm coughing a lot. I should.
All right. Right, so now that we are here, the next up, what we need to do is get into this board. Now as we can see, it's covered with these films, but we cannot open the film because it is pressed down with, basically like locked down with the actual heat spreader of the CPU. That means we'll have to open up the CPU cover or tear it down, neither of which we want to do. So we have to take the heat spreader out, and for that we need to take first the fan out. Fan connector comes off. If there's a screw, there are these 4 screw, but they're marked 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll go in that order. The 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I apologize if my hand is covering some of these things. It's very difficult to do things with left hand because if I do it with the right hand, it will be all covered up on the left side. So once we open up the heat spreader from here, the fan should come out. Okay, this is coming out. This is the CPU. It's very weird that the PCH, the platform controller hub, doesn't even have any heat spreader on, any thermal paste goop on it. They're expecting it to be so low power that it doesn't generate enough heat that needs to be spread. Okay, cool. That's Lenovo's problem, not mine. Oh wow, did this? Okay, so service center tore it off. This was connected. So last time when I opened it, I had to open this thing as well. So this M.2 Wi-Fi module connector, I had to open this up in order to open the whole thing up. But the service center basically just broke this thing off. They didn't bother. Like, okay, I don't care. And that's specifically the reason why I didn't tear it, because I don't want to be the person to like, okay, yeah, you torn off the heat spreader. I don't want to be that guy. Anyways, and this one seems to be another M.2 connector, but it seems like an E key. Sorry, B key. This is a B key. SATA M.2, I guess. But there is no hole to put that in. I don't know what is going on over there. I'll let it be. Not our problem at the moment. So we'll push it down here. We cannot open it up from here, so I'll push it down here. Okay. By the way, like this thing being torn off from here, this does not cause any trouble. It should not be any problem, because the entire point of this cover is to just make it isolated from the back cover or anything else touching any metallic, any conductive things touching any other conductive part of the board. So it shouldn't cause any problem, but it just goes to show the craftsmanship or like the care people have when fixing your motherboard. Please be aware of that. When you're giving your laptop to be fixed, the internal parts may not be going through the same kind of care as you would like it to have. With that said, now we are at the position where we are at the section where we can see that the image that I have shown you, we're back at it. So let me go through what's going on over here. So power is coming from over here. This is a power connector that is being connected over here with this 5-pin connector, and 2 of which is positive, 2 of which is negative, and the one of them is probably some kind of a signal wire. Not entirely sure. It's proprietary connector. But what I probed is that the power is coming on from over here. It is being dispatched over here, where it is working as a load switch and load switching the basically soft switching, ramping up the power for the entire this compute section of the board. Now this in itself was broken. Sorry, so this is where the load switching is happening, and then this is where the power distribution is happening. So here these two are two elements, the two capacitors that are decoupling this power stage, and those both of them, not any single one, if even a single one is burnt off, then you will still have a short circuit across positive and negative. But actually what I found is that both of them are burnt out, right? So that's first. We need to replace these two capacitor, but that's not all. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, something's wrong with the overhead camera today. I apologize. It's actually really hot. It needs to dissipate the heat. Wow, this is so damn hot, man. The camera, overhead camera, is really hot. Okay, it's back on. It might continue to have some struggle. As I said, I'm putting things back in again, so some of the things are a little bit are not optimal. Apologize for that. But with that said, let's go in back again. So as I said, these power stage is short circuited, but even these ones, so basically after that you can consider this as a parent and these ones as child. These two are also broken, as in short circuited, and if I'm not mistaken, this one as well. So a couple of more like step by step, a lot more power stages are completely screwed up, short circuited. And what I'm planning to do, what I'm trying to do is basically go in and do top down fix. What I mean by top down fix, let me go, yeah. So what I mean by top down fix is that I want to first fix that the power good is not giving a problem. So power good signal, this LED is not red, it needs to go white again. So that means that okay, I'm getting power, power is correct, which is somewhere over here, it is controlling that part. This is also where the battery charging is being controlled. So once that part is done, I will have to worry about whether post is happening. If that it is posting, if the system is posting, good. Then we will see if we can get to the BIOS. If we can get to the BIOS, that practically means that now the system can boot up. That point we will add the NVMe drive and all, and we will call it a day, right? However, that is highly optimistic. I'm not sure, like I don't know whether we can get that far. We will have to go step by step. And first step is to make sure in that process the first stage is fixed. This short circuit is not there, so I'll have to remove these two capacitors and add two of my two good capacitors over here. Now the value of the capacitors would come into question, like what capacitor value should I put. I am ballparking it. I am guessing that because this is a power bulk capacitor for power decoupling, I will go with a 10 microfarad. I have 10 microfarad capacitor which might fit into that form factor, and go with that. There should not be, because it's not a signal coupling capacitor, the capacitor value should not actually matter as much as long as there is some decent amount of capacitance. In fact, if the power supply is good, even if you remove the capacitance, it should still be all right. Or if you just put 1 instead of 2, that should also be all right. Which is why here when you see there are like multiple like capacitors over here, those failure conditions are kind of expected. They expect over time 1 or 2 capacitors to fail, but because of the other capacitor should continue to go on, you just have to remove the broken capacitor and the rest of the capacitors will basically continue forward, push it through. The challenge with these ceramic capacitor is that they fail with short. So when they fail with a short circuit, means the positive and negative get connected short circuit via that particular capacitor. So even if there are multiple other capacitors, the circuit is still short circuited. You can go probing, and unless you can identify which exact capacitor is short circuited, all of them will show as short circuit. So you cannot identify which one is it. The best test to test which one is it is to allow current to flow, like a little bit of low voltage, but some sufficient amount of current for it to get heated up. And then if you have a like thermal camera, then you can go in with the thermal camera and identify, okay, this is the one that is heating up. So basically we are going to have to remove that. Or the second thing, another thing you can do is that heat it up, but basically like connect power source. Like you can use a normal lithium ion battery or something. That's probably what I'm gonna do, is like connect the plus and minus of a lithium ion battery to this, and see which capacitor is getting hotter. You can even put a one drop of IPA, isopropyl alcohol, and that isopropyl alcohol would mean it so that so you can drop one drop of isopropyl alcohol, and that would make it so that the part that is hot, the particular capacitor that is hot, it will actually dry out there, and you can identify. So that's the one capacitor that is broken. You can go in and just take it out. You don't have to even replace it. If there are multiple capacitors in that sense, you can just take it out, and it should still be fine. You shouldn't have to worry about needing to replace that. And that's the reason why having multiple of these capacitors over here, like a range of them, I'm not sure, like that's one of the problems. If I know, I am assuming that everybody else knows, but these ones, this ant like thing, those are the capacitors. And these ones are diode, these ones are choke, are inductors, and these were the power stages, the MOSFETs, right? There's a controller over here somewhere, likely this one or on the other side. I cannot see the controller over here. I just see the like power stage drivers and stuff, right? So those ones are like converting the voltage, higher voltage that is coming in, and converting them to lower voltage that the memory, the CPU, they can use. So basically 20 volt is coming in from the power brick, and they're getting broken down into 5 volt, 12 volt, and then over here it's probably like 1.2 volt for the CPU and all those things. Okay, cool, established. Now that we have come this far, I need a hot air gun, and I want to go sit over there on my soldering desk and do the desoldering. I need to figure out how do I wanna show this. There's a microscope over here. How do I do this? The subject like this, and then instead of this overhead camera, I will go add the microscope. Hang on a second. I might be able to desolder it here. Let me try. Might not be the nicest thing I do because it's already hot, so I don't want to spread hot air around in here. So but we gotta do what we gotta do. Let's see. I'm gonna turn off my face cam. Right, let me grab my heater, hot air gun. Okay, and yeah, would it come over here until, let me see. All right, I think I got the power source. Nice, this is sick. This should work. This might actually work. The heat situation I'm still not sure about, but at least I should be able to use the power stage. The hot air gun in here itself. This is not safe. All right, so this is my hot air gun, and I need something. I need a, okay, I will have to move these things back out. There's very little space over here. Okay, let me move this out. I need to hold this. This should do it. All right. So I'm gonna heat this place up, and once it heats up sufficiently, I'm gonna pick up that capacitor. Would have been nicer if I could show it to you with a microscope. I'm gonna give it a try, but let's first go through this. Meanwhile, I'll just get a close-up of the particular section that I'm heating up. The white that you see is a shunt resistor. That one measures how much, that one helps you measure how much current is going through. But we have to remove the two capacitors beside it. I'm reducing the airflow and making the heat go a little bit higher up. This will take a long time. The reason being, I don't want to shock the board, I don't want to heat up very fast, because that's the easiest way to ruin your system. I want to heat it up slowly, and then when you will see that the solder is flowing, you can just take thing out. Hmm. Should I increase the heat a little bit more? This is taking much longer than I expected it to. I have no idea why is it taking so long. Should have come loose by now. Yep, one came out. I'll keep it here for the time being. The other one is here. By the way, you saw how easily it came out, right? Oh, I think before I remove this one, I'll stop it. I'll stop it. I made a mistake. I should have shown how it is short circuited. I went in expecting that everybody has the access to the information that I do, but that's not the case. So let me show you the short circuit first. Yeah. All right. I apologize if things look a little dirty. My bad. I don't always get the time to clean everything up and dust accumulate. Alright, so this should beep. Yeah, this is beeping, right? And the reason being, this might just fly away, but let me give it a try anyway. So when I'm this capacitor, I'm holding this capacitor as in checking the two side ends of this capacitor, it should not beep. Capacitors should not have a short circuit, right? Uh-oh, what happened? Wait, what now? Wow, active cooling, guys. I am blowing into my camera to cool it down in order to continue recording. Anyways, so point was, when I test the two sides of a capacitor, it should not beep, because the beep means it's connected together. And capacitors two sides should be isolated. Okay, so that means that capacitor is gone. Okay, let me put it out here. I'm keeping it in this plate. Now let me go through the stages and I will show you what all other stages that are also screwed up in the same way. Because I should have honestly done that before. I kind of ranted about what is without explaining it, without showing it. My bad. Because I have already gone through this already, right? So in my mind that has already happened. Should not be the case. Now this one, if I'm remembering correctly, is also shorted. These two sides of the capacitor banks, this is also shorted. And is this one shorted? Yes, this is shorted. This one is shorted. This one's shorted. There's like a complete chain cascades of failure, and I'm not sure which exact ones are shorted. Yep, that's also a short. Also a short. These ones are not shorted. So this power section still holding up for some somehow. So this is good. This section, this power stage is good, which is, this looks like the controller, but all the other subsequent stages, the 4 phases, are gone. So now I have to go through. As you have seen, capacitors might be blasted over here. I will have to go through removing the capacitors and then finding out which ones are actually the ones that are gone. blasted. So we know that this one is, so we took one out, but we still find the pad is shorted. That is because it's shorted through the other capacitor. Now we will remove that one as well, and then we'll check it back again. There might be another capacitor somewhere else. Maybe that's a higher frequency, lower bulk capacitor, um, which would be the low pass. For that, we'll have to first remove the one that is already there, and let's go ahead and try. I'm doing it over here itself. If reflow works, then I'll not have to do soldering. If I have to do soldering, then I'll go over there and do, but without secondary help, it's very difficult to move over, come over here, change camera, change angle and everything. So I'm just gonna continue over here and be a little bit more careful. This is taking too long. This is set very low power mode.
So if you remove all those capacitors which are being blasted, will this work?
If I remove all the capacitors,
It will pass through it.
it will not take load. It will work. The moment you give some load to what the capacitors are doing, capacitors are acting like small battery packs in front of all the circuits. So basically, when the and the system does not have a constant load, it's not a LED, right? They don't have, or battery charger, they don't have constant load. They have fluctuating load. Sometimes the processor needs more power, sometimes it needs less power. It ramps up very fast in nanoseconds, and it requires the power to be delivered from somewhere. The capacitors are being that power source which is delivering that power at a moment's notice, whenever you need it to, right? And if you remove all the capacitors, what happens the moment there will be a brownout. The moment there's a more demand, it will be like, I want more, but I draw down the power so fast, the positive side goes close to the ground, like gets drawn down close to the ground. So basically it becomes like it's a brownout, and the system cannot sustain itself. So I can remove all the capacitors, and after removing all the capacitors, I can test and show that, okay, yeah, now it is no longer short circuited.
Exactly, that's what I wanted to
Yeah, so I was explaining that. So my first attempt would be, by the way, from where you're talking, nobody can hear you. I think. So the point I was making is that my first attempt would be to fix that power good signal, which is the brown the light over here. I need to fix that one first. Then once that is done, I need to check whether it is getting a post, like it's posting. Like, see, this signal is white, it's trying to post, but the boot screen is not coming. The post is failing because some other subsections are not good. That's when I will try to fix the next stages gradually, and once that part is fixed, and if the power post is coming but still bias is not, I'm not getting to the bias, then that means there's some very significant blowout in the kind of like internal circuitry, like the memory controllers, power circuit, and those kind of things. Those will be on the other side of the board. Like you cannot see the memory from here, right? The memory modules are on the other side of the board, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe under this, I'm not sure. This doesn't look like it, but possible. Otherwise it's like on the other side of the board, which is then I have to like open the whole thing up, and I don't think that at that point it's not worth it. Like, I don't have the equipment for fixing that. This is already like pushing a boundary.
So do you see any work done by them?
By whom? No, they didn't do anything. In fact, they didn't even desolder the capacitors that I soldered in here, like putting it back in here.
So what did they do?
They just tested and like, okay, power circuit is broken, take it out. I don't want to fix it. This is taking so
What is
long.
this white thing on the SoC?
This thing?
Yeah.
This is the thermal paste.
Okay.
I think During this time I can open up the face cam, right? Oh wait.
No,
What now?
the face cam is blocking.
Blocking this thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll turn it off.
It's better to see the board than your face.
Yeah. Alright. Please, how long will you take? The one more challenge is that one part is connected to the ground. This is a capacitor, right? One side is on the ground, the other side is the plus. The ground plane is connected like all over the board. So basically, and this copper is highly conductive. So if the ground plane is going to the soldering temperature, that means the entirety of the board's ground plane is also at the soldering temperature.
And you're doing
And
this for
I'm
each and everyone.
yes, and that's the issue with heating this thing up. It takes so long to get heated up because of that reason. Okay, it came off. Nice. Okay.
Ice pack. Do you want ice pack?
উপর থেকে লাগালে মুশকিল হবে রে, লাইক ইট উইল জাস্ট
We need more fans.
উপরে ফ্যানটা দিবি কি?
Is there any viewer?
Not right now. No concurrent viewer. But this is annoying. Stream is back in again, but
The camera is not.
the camera is not. Okay. It's almost 70-80 degrees hot.
What?
Yeah.
Can Raspberry Pi take so much heat?
Yeah, it can.
Up to 85 degree. Okay.
I need something to take that heat away. How do I do that?
I'm telling you. Then use the
Ice pack কোথায়? How do I put the ice pack?
Just little bit touch of it.
It will condense it water, and if the drop of
It
water.
will not. It doesn't.
Okay, give me ice pack. God damn. I think I'm gonna end the stream today. This is getting weird. All right. Will it hold? I don't know.
There is some issue with our Wi-Fi.
I'm not using our Wi-Fi.
That's a reason, I guess.
I'm using my own Wi-Fi. A different one. All right. If the stream comes back, sorry guys if anybody is watching and if anybody is watching the stream and seeing a blank screen, I apologize. The camera overheated and I'm trying to get it back on again. Please hang on for a moment. I will connect the other I'll go back to the face camera to make it less boring. However, I am using an ice pack basically get the camera back on again, as in to work again. It is completely overheated and it's possible that whatever I'm saying, that's also not coming through properly, because Apologize. I'm gonna end the stream today. All right. Okay.